show. Oh my god. I honestly surprised. It's been many of months since we've done a show that is fully completed. Since we started one. When was the last time? June? I want to say. Holy damn, I'm slow. All right, June, I guess. All right, well, that should be fun. We are here for Too Many Losing Heroines, or Makeine, I believe is how you say that, the pronunciation of that, I think. I am thrilled. I am very, very excited. So, some of you know, not all of you, some of you, on the community tab, I'd be posting some stuff at random. Some thoughts and things I have. And in, I think it was early August, I think. It was middle. This was airing in the summer. And I think I posted something and I was like, I really want to watch this, but I don't know if I have time for it, but I really want to watch it and I want to do it on the channel. And some people were like, do it. And some were like, you're good. You can wait. And some were like, you're not missing on anything. And I'm like, okay, cool. Keep that in mind. And then I proceeded to not upload a video at all for 2 months. So we didn't do it naturally, right? As expected. And then here we are a couple months later, years coming to an end. And I was like, I got a bunch of shows that aired this year that I haven't watched. And I kind of wanted to speed through some of them on my own time. I finally got some motivation to watch things on my own here and started going through a couple things. And I purposely have been leaving this more and more and more. So the plan initially was to do this directly after Madoka. And then I just said, maybe not, as we have just basically finished that series. So I was like, all right, let's think about how else I can structure this. Do I have time for these things? Will I make this happen, or am I going to fall into a slump and ruin everything again? And I kind of came to the consideration that we were having a certain slot for older series and we have nothing there with Lane coming to an end. So I was just like, instead of bringing another one of those back and instead of just doing even less videos on top of what we're doing, I know I can do more. Like, I know I can do more, which is a constant struggle that I find myself in, right? I've done it before. For like 2 years, we've been kind of at this. And for a large portion of that, I'm doing like every day, waking up and being able to record and do things. And I've just found myself in a cycle that's not as good. Well, not much in life has like really changed outside of that. So it's on me. It's a personal thing, right? And I'm struggling on my own and I need to kind of break that somehow. And I'm gonna put the faith fully in myself that I can do this and I'm going to do this. So we're going to bring back the third slot, basically. There's nothing set for this. I would like to go back to the old stuff at some point, but right now it's kind of just a Grizz's choice type of thing. That's what I'm deciding it on. So we're going for that. I'm choosing to watch this show. This is something I've been wanting to see, and it works because to tie everything up nicely, I can watch things within this year and kind of get it done as well at a different pace. I do have intentions, I'll make this clear, of finishing this series probably like in pretty quick time. I plan to sit here and do like 2 to 3 episodes every sitting, and if not, maybe just one a day or something, but more than I do the other shows, which means nothing for you guys because you're not going to get it early. I'm probably still going to have it paced out, but I plan to. So if we're only on like 4 or 5 episodes on YouTube and I'm already done with it, it might happen that way. We never do things that way, but I might have to do it that way, just for my own kind of sanity and because I'm really interested. Also, it depends fully if I'm enjoying this completely or not, because if I'm not loving what we're doing either here, I'm not going to be as like thrilled to go into and get it done. So we have to wait a little bit and see that. But I do have a friend who started it. I don't think he even finished it, but he kept telling me I need to watch it. So there's that. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, or if he just got busy. I actually didn't ask, so I don't know. But he kept saying that's something I need to watch, and it's something I definitely want to watch. So here we are. So those of you who are a fan and are excited, welcome, and I'm happy to bring this to you. Those of you who are upset that you wish it was something else, maybe next time. We'll get them next time. You know, I got you another time. So what do I know? What do we have going for us before this series starts? I've seen the images of, I think, the 3 main girls and the main dude. I've seen a couple different images where people have like eyes looking like they popping out their damn head. It's just kind of the way that they draw them. Basically, it's just a big white space kind of. It's nothing too crazy, but it's like a little funny little character animation thing. And I've seen the main girl apparently like eats a lot of food, I think, because I saw something about like character calories and stuff that they were counting on, unless I'm confusing her with somebody, but I believe that's what I did see. I got nothing outside of that. I got nothing for you. you. I believe this is a show about rejection. I believe a lot of people are going to get like rejected or something, or it's going to be people trying to like bring courage together to like do things, and they're just they struggle completely. They're a bunch of oddballs is kind of what I'm thinking, and I don't have too much outside of that. It is an A1 picture production, which is always wonderful. They are pretty damn good at what they do, so we're very much looking forward to that. It is a light novel adaptation, which can be hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes it feels kind of wordy, for lack of a better word, and it just feels like you're reading as opposed to actually paying attention, like watching and visually seeing something. But a lot of that can also be changed with great direction and overall production choices, so we will have to go ahead and see where that stuff comes from. I don't think I have much more to add on to or say, so if you like it all, hit the like and subscribe. They do mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion, leave any comments about this episode or this series, as well as potential recommendations and things you'd like me to watch at some other point if this were to come to an end. Let's stop yapping and let's get going with episode 1 of Too Many Losing Heroines. Why the aspect change?
They say 7 out of 10 high
Why are we in
relationships
English?
fall
How does this
apart
keep
within
happening to me?
高校生のカップルは1年以内に7割が破局するという。
Classics.
卒業後まで含めたらほとんどが別れるにもかかわらず。
Yeah, this fairy tale shit they paint in anime typically ain't what you get. But the story of the first love is always beautiful.
に心を揺らすほど、俺は現実と自分に期待してはいない。
Okay.
たまに考えることがある。もし俺にそんな青春があるのなら、涙に暮れるヒロインを目の前にしたのなら、俺がラノベの主人公なら、そんな時
That would be the product in front of you. My life were to become an anime.
お兄ちゃんはよく頑張った。辛かったよね。お兄ちゃんが一
一
生
生懸
懸命な
命なのは全部わかってるから、くるみに好きなだけ甘えちゃっていい。
A hopeless romantic.
シリーズ恒例20ページにわたる甘やかしシーンを。
こんなところで油売ってる場合じゃないよ。
でも同じクラスの柳アンナと袴田宗介、なぜこんなところでチンピンかを。
Right in front of me.
ないとカレンちゃんイギリスに行っちゃうんだよ。
だけどカレンのやつ、俺にさよならって。
そんなの迎えに来たって意味に決まって
So over dramatic.
そんなこと。
わかるよ。だって私もずっと宗介のこと。
Aww.
カレンちゃんが待ってるよ。
ごめん。
謝らないでよ。
ここは見て見ぬふりをしよ
Yeah. It's for the better. I like the idea of just like other stories being within your own story.
う。まさかそんなことを。
Oh, she's a freak. Oh, she's a freak.
やめろ。
Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. She's a freak. I gotta watch though. I gotta see. Oh. Yo, what were you looking at there?
宗介はね、私の幼馴染なの。
Your childhood
草
friend.
の指輪をはめてくれてね。
Ooh.
私をお嫁さんにしてくれるって。お嫁さん。
ちょっと柳さん、大丈夫か。
It's not as pretty as they make it out to me.
山盛りポテトお待たせしました。
え、俺頼んでないっけ。
Yeah, this is all yours, by the way.
マスタードと明太マヨでよかったかな。
柳さんが頼んだの。
カレンちゃんは大切な親友だよ。でもね、彼女5月に転校してきたばかりだ。
I've known him my whole life. Exactly.
何だったんだ。
What the fuck have I been working for all this time?
このポテトって柳さんが頼んだの。
宗介だって私をお嫁さんにするって言ったの。ひどく ないかな。嘘つきだよね。
Nah, she's a yapper.
さていくつの頃の話？
小学校に上がる前だから4、5歳くらいか
それは脳幹だろ。
な。これって浮気じゃないのかな。
柳さんと袴田付き合ってたの？
I mean, we were gonna get married. It's pretty close.
付き合ってなかったの？じゃあ浮気でもなんでもないじゃん。
だから半分付き合って
Yeah, it's close enough.
乳牛女が出てこなければきっと今頃うまくいって
She's so animated.
大切な親友どこ行った？
分かっているの。もっと早く乳牛
Oh, she is a nightmare. Oh my god.
そうだな。
ごめんね、それ
Are you always like this, or is it just the emotions flaring up today? And you got nothing. Oh,
宗介が笑ってさえいてくれ
I'm assuming you're paying for it, so.
私はそれでいいの。
なんなんだこの豪快な振られっぷり。そういえば世の中にはこいつみたいな女を表す言葉がある。柳アンナ。そうこいつこそ
What do you got
負け
for
ヒロイ
us?
ンだ。
Alright. I like the parts of her though that you can tell when she's like in her serious mode. Like if you were writing like if she were an actual like novel or something, like she'd be the ideal person to have in each scene versus like the insane parts that clearly get cut out.
早く着きすぎると自分の席に誰かが座っているという面倒な。
Right, that would be the worst.
完璧だ。俺の席にしまった。そういうことか。
Nah, what do I do? Tell them to get out? Do I just socialize? Yeah, just read.
が3年連続の全国出場を決めたらしい。
Damn.
すごいな。
Do you do anything, or are you just kind of a
遠慮したくね。
loner?
少しはカレンちゃんに気を使ってあげなさいよ。アンナ、やっぱアンナは私の親友だね。
そいつお前のこと乳牛女って呼んでたけどな。まあ
It's
柳が
complicated.
吹きれたならそれで。あ、こいつ全然吹きれてないぞ。
見てくれたのかな。
いや、まあ
In a way.
ありがとう。
Also, I couldn't go to my
カレン
seat,
ちゃん
so.
の胸をわしづかみにするところだったよ。
真面目な顔で何言ってんだこいつ。ああ、そういえば金曜に立て替えたお金だけど。
あの時はありがとう。今財布持ってないから昼休みに非常階段に来てもらってもいい。気合い出したんだよ。なのに普通お昼を一緒になんて誘うかな。親友だと思ってたのに私の心を折ろうとしてんのかな。
お前ら本当に親友なのか？
No. It's all for the looks.
授業始まってよ。ブワーってきて。アンナちゃん大丈夫？すむ。
天夏先生、これって授業の範囲と違います
I don't think we're having class today.
誰だか知らないがしっかりしろよ。2年はビザンツ帝国だ。ビザンツ先生、今から 1C の授業ですよ。
それに俺先生のクラス
Yeah, I don't know who you are, though.
放課後3人でカラオケ行こうって言うんだよ。
行けばいいじゃん。
あの2人がデュエットしてるの聞かされる。
Yeah, you know how heartbreaking that is?
私に死ねというの。
それはまあ頑張って。で、この間のお
こ
金。
の日の晩、
You're never... She's such a mess.
知り合いには聞かせられないから。
俺は知り合いですらなかったの。
I'd assume they're all acquaintances, to be honest.
じゃあそろそろお金返してもらっていいか。
No.
この間のレシートは。
あの時はありがとうね。本当に助かっ。あれで金額上がってないかな。
柳さん、追加でスイカパンケーキ頼んでたよね。
あ、
それと
Did you-
締めに豚しゃぶサラダうどんも。
Oh.
だってサラダは取らないし。
サラダに対するその信頼感。
If you balance out all the food with a salad, you're good.
代わりのもので返すっていうのはどうかな。
Like? What do you got in mind? Preferably monetary, but, you know.
満足してもらえるかわからないけど、宗介も昔は喜んでくれたし。
I don't think it's where you're thinking.
ぬらぬら方面の話。
Ideally, but I don't think that's what she's saying.
私、料理はそんなに得意じゃないけど、お弁当くらいなら。
Oh, that could work. I prefer the money personally, but
ね。だ だけの弁当1個でこの金額は。
だからレシートの金額になるまで毎日作ってきてあげる。
Oh, that's sweet.
いやでも
じゃあ明日からここで待ってるから。
Let me answer it for you. You don't even have to bother. If you tell them the answer before they get to give you a response, you're good.
私文芸部1年の。
誰どこの
No, she just told you.
くまりです。文芸部くまり。違う。部活のことでお話が。
俺に
Yeah, what did I do?
だって
That's what I'm here for.
野上水くん文芸部でしょ。
No.
そういえば入学してすぐの頃文芸部で言われる。
Oh, all right, you are. Just read this.
私は副部長の月の木こと3年生。覚えてるかな？
ああはいもちろんです。もちろん嘘です。
We gotta put up the front. Right, we're good. What exactly did we do a part of this club? What was important about us showing up?
絶対に触っちゃダメだぞ。
Is she leaving?
生徒会に目をつけられてね。君には当分文芸部に入り浸ってもらうよ。それじゃ。太宰と三島には絶対に。
Immediately looks for it.
ミワ無邪気な闇の女王は外せません。まずはカジュの推しキャラが闇落ちする。
Hello, my dear sister.
カージュなんで俺の部屋に。
お兄様が知らないだけで大抵います。
Yeah, you just don't know.
お兄様、学校でお友達はできました？安心してください、お兄様。カジュが必ずお兄様に友達を作って
Thank you. What a wonderful sister.
まずはキャラ弁を作るのです。そうです。キャラ弁でみんなの心をつかんで会話のきっかけとするのです。
いや弁当は
You've got a what? You got a what?
ことになってて。
Aww. Look at the effort she put in.
お付き合いをしている女性がいるのですか？
いやいやいないいない。
ですよね。友達すらいないお兄様に。
Yeah, right. That makes no
で
sense.
も普通友達でも彼女でもない人が
She must be interested.
いますか？
そこはちゃんとお金も。
You paid someone to do it?
昨日助けてって言ったよね。付き合いたてのカップルのデュエット聞かされる。
He didn't really offer advice. He just told you to go.
それより俺の弁当は
Oh, I was thinking she might have forgot. Oh, alright.
これは
Did she buy it?
今朝お弁当2つ用意してたらね。
You ate one though?
きっと翔介くん喜んでくれるよって。
これコンビニのやつだよね。
だから2人分用意できなかったんだよ。
確かに外側は手作りだが。
Oh, this gets us some money back. Right. We're getting a little closer. Only like half a month to go.
すごく気を使われてるの。ほら
You're like a ticking time bomb, that's why.
いつも一緒にいたから。
You were never together, but right.
みたいな空気が。
I don't think anyone's like it that. I gotta be honest.
350円。
Slowly paying it back.
みつき、私今日部活休みなんだけどさ、一緒になんか食べてかない？
ごめん、今日は塾の日でさ。
まだ1年じゃん。勉強ばっかしてるとバカになっちゃうよ。
お前はもっと勉強しろって留年するぞ。
Dude is right in front of me.
そろそろ行かないと塾に遅れちゃいますよ。
Ah, I see what's going on.
じゃあまたなレモン。
Lemon?
さっきの女の子のこと知ってる？
朝雲さんだっけな。綾乃と同じ特進コースの。
特進コース。みつきのやつ、やっぱ頭のいい子が好きなのかな。レモンちゃん、彼とはどういう？別にただ小学生の頃クラスがずっと同じだっただけ。幼馴染。
Right. Let me give you a warning about this.
あっちの女
Not, right, exactly. Getting in between you and your promise of marriage.
女の子は2種類に分けられるの。
There's more than two.
泥棒猫か。
Okay.
大胆な分類だ。
ねえ、あの二人
I love the classification though, yeah.
のただの友達じゃないかな。そう、二人はただの友達だよね。やっぱヤナちゃん分かってるな。レモンちゃんのことなんか他人のような気がしないんだ。
Why don't you guys become friends? Okay.
今日も二人に誘う。
No.
カレンちゃんの家で勉強しないかって。
断れば
Just say no.
だって私が
Right, and who knows what they're gonna get up to if that happens.
俺の弁当は
Ah, not again.
そういうところじゃないかな。友達がいないの。
大きなお
Why? Because you stole $30 from him?
いくらになるかな。
じゃあ400円。
よし、なかなかね。
Slowly making it back. I should.
2枚に払い終わるかな。
He's keeping track of the notes. That looked really good.
ここからグラウンドが見えるんだよ。
You're spying.
あそこにいるのレモンちゃんじゃない？
Oh my, she's fast.
やっぱ早いね。
県大会でも入賞したんだよな。
Damn.
よく知ってるね。
掲示物の読み込みに関しては任せてくれ。
私、振られたんだな。知ってるなって思って見てたら。私、振られたんだなって。温水くんも一回こっぴどく振られてみるとわかるんじゃないかな。
そんなもんかね。
Should I
そ
try?
れだって何にも変わらないし、すっきりもしないんだよ。でもね、無理やり周りが進んじゃうから、
Yeah.
こっちも進むしかなくなっちゃうの。
Even when you got all those feelings inside
振ら
you.
れたことないからよくわか
I'm a winner.
モテゼリフだね。
たまに考えることがある。もし俺にそんな青春があるのなら、涙にくれるヒロインを目の前にしたのなら、俺がラノベの主人公なら、そんな時
Thought it was like a thing of like pasta noodles, like spaghetti noodles.
何を思うのだろうか。
Or just raw. Oh, what a style. And a disaster of a start. Not on the production end and not on the writing or anything involved with the series itself, besides maybe the characters themselves. Not in the greatest, most ideal spot for a few of them. It's really interesting to see what we're getting. Essentially a character wondering what it would be like to live within a story, which is you kind of get a lot of times with like a fantasy or isekai story where they wonder what it would be like or think things would be so much better, and then you transport them to that world to give them that opportunity to fulfill or actually be really a part of that. Little does Buddy know here that he's literally in one that, you know, everybody else kind of observes, but he does have the opportunity to achieve these great heights and things that he is constantly wondering, right? I've never had these romantic things going on in my life. I've never been able to look at or have people like that. I don't have friends. I don't have any of this other stuff, and comparing it to the maybe falling behind essentially of him in his high school life compares to others, and feeling like he's constantly working from behind here to basically just have like this bursting thing of life just flood into his life now, and create a interesting scenario that he's gonna have to not just play out once, but continuous, as he seemingly has contracted himself to work alongside and have to obtain some monetary value of what would end up just being boxed lunches and things, or just random items that she chooses to give him up to this point. But it keeps him enough in the loop so he knows the juicy stuff going on. Also keeps him in the loop that he'll continue to probably get dragged into different scenarios and viewed at by a lot of other people. His life basically just took a complete 180 after that single encounter through something he didn't even initiate. You know, all he did was observe, and through his observation and noticing something that he probably shouldn't have kind of witnessed, and also it being the most chaotic and mess of a human that there is, you get what he ends up putting himself into with this situation. So unfortunate for the boy. We have a lot of positives, I think, for the most part, to talk about. The humor was pretty strong throughout it. The ability to take the changes in the characters feels real, but not at the same time. Real in the sense that you're able to have these internal conflicts that you're kind of dealing with while presenting yourself potentially one way. A lot of the characters seemingly don't internalize, I guess, what's going on, and instead do a mix of everything on the outside. So whatever she's thinking or feeling, like mentally, she visually lets that show kind of on her. And some people have that, like they have those tells and those things that you can see a lot more, but most people are pretty much more suppressed. So being able to visually see that, to have the really like snappy switches that we were getting between like, this is like a real legit thing that's like going on and concern coming out of this person, to like instantly just turn into like them bawling and crying, or to instantly turn into like a face or like some sort of reaction or thing that they're doing. They're very expressive, which is a great thing in the format that we actually have here. But it's really, really interesting. And I draw the comparison earlier, but it feels really like, to me, if we're going to take this whole like light novel narrative and expand it into what's actually happening here, she's the type of person who typically you would get like these really like insane kind of lines of dialogue, like in a romance show, that make you think like this shit doesn't happen in real life, right? And then the instant like snap out that she gets where she goes like insane, or like any of the other characters have, like where they like slightly change up a bit, is like that version of them that gets like almost completely cut out, like the thing that doesn't allow you to be the perfect being, right? It's like that one side of you, the one negative side of you. So if you were writing like a novel, that version wouldn't be in them, because then you wouldn't be creating like what this idealized version of somebody actually is. Little do you know, though, like that's the charm. That's the thing that makes all the characters really lovable and really, really enjoyable, right? But there is some concern with that, like the absurdly, I don't know, ability to at the snap of a finger break into tears or lose complete like concentration of what's going on, or even like actively feel like you're listening or can multitask, or something that Anna's really like presenting to us here is like it's like a negative of a human like traits in my eyes. Like I don't like that, right? I personally cannot get behind. I can't deal with people who like have those, I don't know, like mood swings that can be crazy like that too. But she's fun, right? Like as a fictional being, as something on screen, it's like the similar comparison to like when you see a character get like, I don't know, like a dude get like completely like beat or like something by like another girl or something. Like I'm always like, damn, I want that. Like I wish that were me, right? Do I actually wish that was me? It's like, maybe to an extent, but not like to what I'm visually seeing on screen. It's more played up and it's more expressive and fun for that, right? Not in real life, that we don't like it the same way, or maybe even at all. In that sort of way. The women I tend to like within animes are not the ones that I would like IRL. I do not associate them the same. So she's an interesting little being, though. She's kind of like a little gremlin so far. So I'm interested to see how she continues to develop here with her own thoughts. She's kind of stuck in her own head. I think like her moments of just not listening at all and communicating properly, like having her own vision of what's going on and how she wants to like approach that sort of conversation, and how what she wants to get out there and tell somebody is not like working the law of like normal conversation. She doesn't follow those rules at all. She's just very true to like, I just want to do this and I just want to talk about this, and I couldn't care less about your input or anything. I just want to vent this. That's literally all she's doing. But weirdly, we do have moments where like she was told to go to like the karaoke and stuff. She's like, I listened to it. Like, so she is picking up on some of the stuff. I don't know though. She's weird. She's very weird. The overall character designs as well are really strong. Let me check. I am curious. The Liquor's Recoil ones are the character designer for that would be my assumption for who we got here, due to the A1 ties and due to the just like the way that how vibrant they actually look. That's original designer. We have two character designers. Let's see. Did either of them play a role in that? One of them does not, but other A1 ties with 86. No, I don't see a tie either. Okay. The character designs are extremely strong, very vibrant. It's a thing that they've been doing pretty well as of recent, especially at A1 with different series that they're kind of adapting, whether original or novels or whatever it is. So that's always wonderful to see how excellent it seems to be that they're bringing a lot of this stuff to life. It's something about just like the overall designs is so special because it's something where you see a character and it intrigues you enough to want to go ahead and like watch the show, which was a big part of this, was seeing how like different they all are and how they all kind of look, and the animation and everything of course too. But if you can have characters that pop enough, it really can drag a lot of people in. It's like when you hear an OP song and you just really want to go watch the show, or you watch the OP and it looks great, but then the show is like absolute dog shit. It just happens sometimes, you know. But this is a similar thing where you see a character and you're just like, I really want to go watch it just for this person, just to see how like important they are, just to see who they are, and maybe you can grow to love them even more than outside of just like their physical attraction, right? Their design themselves. But that extremely strong too. The animation was really nice throughout. A few different highlight moments that occurred, and we'll talk about it when we end up going back through the episode itself. And overall, between the main two pairing that we've kind of seen up to this point, I think they did a good job at selling like a dynamic that's going to be evolved consistently throughout the show here, and a nice job of just relating what they started the episode off talking about to how they kind of ended it as well. I don't think I really have any negatives. Most of the things that I would say that would be like a negative are just simply like a lack of like, or wanting to see more, like I need to see more before I can make that sort of assessment, because a lot of it is just like character stuff of wanting to see if there's like any growth in them, or allowing the character to be a little bit more like expressive if they're kind of reserved, or just being showcased off a little bit more. So nothing too like bad or anything for me to say up to this point. I would like to take a look at all of the voice actors and actresses, as that's something I do like to familiarize myself with. So we will check out the main four, I guess, is what I'm going to make the assumption, just based off of all the ones who are listed as mains on my anime list, and we'll go down from that. So Miss Hana is nothing at all that I'm really familiar with. Fun. Always great when you get somebody kind of more so new in there. I think this is always a wonderful. And then we have somebody who we are extremely familiar with, who voices, which one is this for? Lemon, Miss Lemon. I also, can I just add, love the fact that her name's Lemon. I don't know. I don't know why. I love when people have kind of dumb names like that, but at the same time, it's not, because it's extremely cute. But lots of characters that I am familiar with here, with Nanahoshi and with Momo and Takina, and just a bunch of people. And then finally, we have Miss Chika, who I'm not familiar with. Well, Kaho from Euphonium 3, but not really too big of a role, so nothing too crazy. And our male lead coming directly from Akira with Zom 100, and not too many other things that I'm familiar with, but he has a fine enough voice, nothing I too much love, but I do know through what he was able to do in Zom 100, he definitely is capable of going a little bit out there if he needs to. So I'm excited to see potentially, if he has some big moments, what he could do. Spin on through the episode. Normal statistics, things that we fully understand. All of those different shots look really good. I wonder if these are all references in any sort of way. Well, some of them have like actual characters and stuff. Like, you're telling me this isn't like a what is it, Your Name like reference or something? Like, she looks exactly like the girl. Like, I wonder if they all are like similar to other shows and things that have certain stuff. I don't know what the significance of this is, as it appears and he ends up holding it a little bit later. Maybe I'm misreading something on that, but I'm not too familiar. And I love how he's just like reading into a bunch of that stuff, and how he doesn't correlate it at all to his life as he ends up reading a novel in itself. So I respect that. The little moments too, like this, him just like walking and like swaying kind of and swinging side to side, are really great. It provides a little bit of life to him, especially as you learn more from him and he has to stiffen up kind of here, and how he is like trapped within like other people. But when you get him into that own little like world where he doesn't really feel like anybody's noticing him, while he was directly out in public, he wasn't really in fear that people were like looking at him, because he was so like locked into what his own like he was thinking, that allowed him to like free up, and you get to see a little bit about like himself kind of there with his own body language, which is pretty fun. You don't see her now, she's gotta move. This is a complete disaster here. This story moves way too fast. She's pushing so hard for it. She's playing the role of like the supportive friend, the one who's always been there with you. Given the offering. Is that what the key was? It was like the key to her heart, essentially. She's handing her blessing over for you to be able to go do this. And then we take the absolute freak approach of you taking the drink and trying to go right into it, and she gets caught. What a face to be able to make. These are the things too. This is what like cements you as potential for like memeability, I guess we could call it, right? It works on social media and promotion and spreading across to people. Spy Family did really excellent with this, with Anya, like faces and things and stuff that we got. So it works similar enough here where you can kind of get something that's really spectacular, and she had a couple of them throughout the episode too. And then those things do really well of being able to transfer over to like online posts and people constantly seeing it and then gaining enough attention. And while you have a character design that is stand out enough as hers is, it able to make more and more people be interested into like wanting to come and see the show, which I think is a great idea. She immediately is like, you did not fucking see that, but at the same time you did. And she just explains and just trauma dumps everything, going from like serious moment to break down and cry to then take all of his stuff from him and eat all of his food before he even gets an opportunity to say anything. They were dating, remember that, but they actually weren't at the same time. None of this ever happened. Was he cheating on me? Were you dating? No, I mean, no, but it looked that way. It's halfway there. She's a complete mess. Things might have not turned out this way. Well, you should have did it different. This line, after watching the whole episode, I'm sorry I'm such a mess today. No, you're this every day. As long as he's happy, I'm fine. But are you? Good designs all around, I'd say, even like the background characters and stuff. The different bows and stuff on the uniforms, why do they have 4 and why are they like different colored like that? I don't get it. I thought when I first saw Lemon, it was just her, but it seemingly is all of them. Like, I don't understand the uniform design. That it's so weird to me. It's different, I guess. It's different. I don't know if I'm necessarily a fan of it, but I do like that they're wearing different colors. Seems like it's not even like a year-based thing, so you get to kind of just choose. So it shows a little bit of individuality and personality and stuff that you get, which we also get with like the ties and stuff that people wear. So that's pretty nice. Take good care. Get roped into the constant third wheel roll, so we have to come through and we have to end up saving her. By the way, remember when this happens? Oh, don't worry about that. I got you another time. This is a really great shot too. Keep it really fluid throughout as it moves out the way. The teacher is a fucking disaster. Nightmare. I love this. She got the tooth and everything too. She'll probably be really fun for the few different moments that we get to see her. She wants all of us to do it. I like the constant, like, her just knowing this is like the place that they meet up, and her just coming here and like immediately spilling something and and having to say that to him. Just overly like, looking into everything that's happening, trying to avoid paying attention to what he's talking about with repaying the food. Let me think. I got another idea of what we can do. And instead, you're going to make some lunch, and we create a contract basically to continuously meet here. First look at Chico, who is tiny. I realized it, but at the same time, kind of crazy. This scene's so tough. I think you get the wrong person, but in reality, it's right. He's just never actually attending. Why he's there, I have absolutely no idea. She seems to have communication struggles and things. So as that sort of person, if you go up to like literally anybody and you create no like dynamic of friendship and things with them, you're probably going to run into issues in the long run, would be make my guess for. So she would be the roughest challenge, right? Like if I'm going to place my assumption that the show is going to be around like us forming this group of kind of like outcasts in a way to forcibly like allow them to build up the confidence to then go ask somebody out and then probably get rejected, unless we're just creating people who typically would lose within stories and we're trying to build those people up. But I feel like we almost have to like let them get rejected to then build them up. So it makes me kind of think she's going to be maybe the most difficult one to really get over the line of like getting out there to somebody due to her difficulties. She also has like, some other shortcomings with her being, no pun intending, but when her being is as tiny as she kind of is, and the really long skirt and like everything. So she doesn't, maybe not the most desirable to some people. So she might have some more challenges outside of just like the social stuff. Do not look at the yaoi. Whatever you do not look. We have some free times. We don't gotta make anything. His sister is great. She's kind of weird, but she's adorable at the same time. Just wants to be the best sister that she can be, and he's shutting her down. The worst. You have no friends. There's no way you have a girlfriend when you have no friends. That's not how that works. Look at you. You fucked me over. This is great. And even like these, her biting on that, it's really good. I was making one, and then my mom said something, so I couldn't do it. And then just the constant like adding on to the price and her just looking proud and being very happy as the price continuously just goes down small amounts. Here's the guy that Lemon's into. Her little Lemon hairband is our hair clip is really cute. And I actually really love Lemon's design so far. Probably my favorite one up to this point. Very sporty girl. I'm assuming hence the tanness, hence like her being outside all the time too. She's very different level. She has a little bit more energy. She's a little bit more outgoing potentially than the other girls that we're being introduced to. But the guy that she's into seemingly has somebody else entirely that he's into who's very different, right? Very academically smart, very good at, you know, just she's probably a little bit more reserved and quiet. She looks entirely different. She has the very long hair, or it's not extremely long, but it's still a little bit longer. They're very different individuals. I like how all our characters are interacting without being like real like friends either at the same time too. That woman is a home wrecker. It's only 2 types of women. The childhood friends and home wrecker. That's so stupid. I love it though. I think that works perfectly. Maybe they're just friends, just giving her false hope. Breaks my heart. Potential like ultimate confession that comes up that gets ruined all through your terrible words to start up there. You want to come study with us? No. Where's my lunch? Do you think nobody likes you because of stuff like this? So I like how he's keeping track of it on his phone and he's going through. So he ends up finding this. So is it hers? I don't know what it is. I'm assuming maybe it is. And he goes to bring it up to her for some reason. This is great. Just the immediate like shift that we get in style to make her look like this. And it's extremely more detailed too as we kind of zoom up. Looks really great as we look down at Lemon. And I really like the idea of we get to see how fast she is kind of here when we're praising her and we're talking about the things and making like comparisons and stuff about us and how cool she kind of is. As we end up crying, really good sequence to fit the thing that he was talking about since the beginning. But when we flash back to Lemon here, she's now like losing and behind somebody else in this situation. So at the same time, while you think somebody's above you, there's others that they don't even compete with and they can't even possibly compare to either. If you get dumped one day, you'll understand. I got no clue what's going on. That'll never happen. Even though all that stuff happens, you can't help but fall in love and want to do this, which is all just natural progression of people. And it's exactly what happens. What would it be like if you were able to fully experience all that stuff? I thought she had like a box of spaghetti here and she was just biting like the raw noodles. Would have been really interesting, but no. And the ED is really fucking awesome. Mixture of real and not for some cool sequences. And the style of the characters too look really awesome. Overall, pretty great opener, pretty awesome, pretty fun. We have a bunch of more things I'm intrigued with, a lot to like, not really anything that I'm coming out of this disliking just yet, and some things I still want to have maybe grow on me or just see how they develop a bit as we continue on. So I had some fun. I hope you guys did as well, and I hope we will continue to enjoy. If you like it all, like and subscribe to watch me, feel free to check out the channel, leave me comments for this sort of series. I'll be back for the second episode very soon. I'm actually going to go watch that right now. I hope you guys have a great one. Peace.